Hi everybody, this is Catherine, your favorite French Canadian. Today I'm going to show you what are the best parameters to play Halo Infinite on your Xbox Series X. So we're going to start with the menu. Let's go to Home. First of all, if you want to run the famous 4K 120 FPS, you will need an HDMI 2.1. A lot of people is asking me the question. So let's go to Settings, TV and Display option. So the first one is your resolution. By default, it will be 4K. Why they give you the choice? It's because if, for example, you have a 2K monitor or even a 1080p monitor, you can play in 1080p 120 Hz. Same thing with the 2K. So this is a pretty cool option that you can use. Also, some TV don't have the HDMI 2.1. They just have the 2.0. But they can do, like, for an example, 4K 60 Hz and also can do 1080p 120 Hz. So some people like to play 1080p at 120, so you can do that over here. Make sure that your refresh rate is at max, so 120 Hz. After that, you can press TV detail. This is pretty good because you can see, like, if you have an issue with whatever, like the amount of bits that you're using, the amount of Hertz, FPS, resolution. So you should have like all those green check mark except for Dolby Vision if you didn't activate the option. After that, I really recommend to do the Calibrate TV and the Calibrate HDR4 games. It's really good. The HDR1, it's pretty fast and it will help you a lot for your visibility. After that, the video mode. I recommend to use the 50, no problem, 24, no problem. You want to use the low latency. That's a pretty good mode also. Really important to use the VRR if you have this feature on your TV. It will help a lot with tearing, so super important to check it. Don't check the 422. You don't want to use that. The bandwidth on the Xbox, it's bigger than the PS5. You can do the 444 if you want, depending on your TV. On my LG C1, I just activate the PC mode and I can do it easily. After that, make sure that you allow the 4K. And this is like question of preference. On Halo Infinite, I recommend to use HDR10, but sometimes in some games Dolby Vision is better. But in Halo, for visibility, the image quality and stuff, I really enjoy the HDR10. I don't like the Dolby Vision. For me, Forza Horizon 5, the Dolby Vision is really good, but I feel like right now those games were made in HDR10 and they use some kind of algorithm to just like convert it to Dolby Vision, so it's not a proper Dolby Vision experience. Because if you look at movie in Dolby Vision, it's amazing. It's a lot better for me than HDR10. So, but for Halo Infinite, I really recommend to use the HDR10 for your image quality. After that, you have the video fidelity and overscan. So this is pretty much where I recommend, first of all, use the auto detect for override. And I recommend to use the 10-bit. Don't go at 12. You will not, if you do 4K 120 Hz at 12-bit, you will not have the proper bandwidth to do it. So they will like just decrease some random settings. For example, you can have like 420 if you didn't check the 422. But the best combination for the Xbox Series X, it's 4K 120 Hz, 10 bits, and 444 for your chroma. And color space, make sure that using standard at recommended. So this is pretty much it for those parameters. So now let's go back to Halo Infinite. So in Halo Infinite, you have two modes. It's a bit weird because normally the performance mode, it's the mode that will provide you like 60 FPS, and the quality mode will be the one that will provide you like 30 FPS, but with a better resolution and more like effects and stuff like that. But in this game, it's a little bit different. You have two modes, quality and performance. Performance, you can do 4K 120 FPS, and the quality is 4K 60 FPS. Me, I recommend the 60. I'm a fan of the 120 FPS, but in this game, the 4K 120 FPS, they just use like the variable the dynamic resolution. So you will play the majority of your game in 1080p. Yeah, it will be some 1080p at 120 FPS, and also the 120 FPS is not very locked. You will see a lot of dip, so sometimes you feel like it's lagging, you're getting stuttering and stuff like that. And if you're playing the quality mode, you will have a better resolution, and your 60 will be locked. I didn't see like maybe one or two times like a small dip in my FPS, but it's pretty smooth, honestly. So for me, the best mode to play this game is 4K 60. If you want more FPS, just play it on the PC if you have a decent PC. I'm also playing on the PC. It's pretty good with the Game Pass. You just like sync your save game and you just continue on your console. But for me, those are the best setting for performance, but also image quality. I also recommend to look at some guide on your TV. A lot of people have like different TV. For me, I did a guide on my LG C1, but to remove like a lot of like those post-processing that some TV add, make sure that you're using your game mode, like the game optimizer from LG, to have the lowest input lag, and you will have a very nice experience on Halo Infinite. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you have any question, just comment in the YouTube section, post me your TV, what kind of TV that you're using, and what is your objective. Do you want to play 4K, 1080p, 2K, or whatever? I will try to help you the best that I can, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Peace.